It's brew day and the style is Czech Premium Pale Lager. I'm really looking forward to this one. I love sour hops, so let's get into it. So the water's heating up. My target strike temp is 75.4. Now it's time to measure out the salts. So here we have what I call the geek table. I love geeking out on this stuff, the water chemistry. Calcium chloride flakes, we have the magnesium sulfate, sodium sulfate gypsum, of course, Brutan B that will go in the mash and also at the end of the boil. Lactic acid there to bring down the pH a little bit, and of course my brew sheet. So here's my malt. In addition to the basic Europils that I'm using some dextrin to see if we can up the body a little bit. I'm using some Vienna malt and also some melanoidin malt. Now the reason I'm using these combinations with a standard Pilsner malt is because I'm not using a Bohemian floor malted malt for this beer. I want to bring a little bit more sweetness, hopefully from the Vienna. I want to increase the body of the beer and the head retention with the dextrin malt, and then with the melanoidin that will give me hopefully a little bit more sort of decoction style and a little bit of honey perhaps coming through there, because I'm not decocting this mash, it's a single infusion. So I tried a few malts just to kind of see how they tasted, just to see if I can bring some of that little bit of sweetness and a little bit more sort of depth to the Czech lager that I'm making beyond the Pilsner malt that I'm using. And the Vienna, I found, brings a little bit more sweetness, a little bit more biscuity flavors to the beer. Probably give the beer a little bit more of a fuller mouthfeel as well. I'm not using a lot, but hopefully it'll just give me that hint of what I'm missing because I'm not using the Bohemian floor malted Pilsner. So here is my Grainfather electric grain mill. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. The hopper there that comes with it holds about 1 kilo of grain when it's fully loaded. You can see it's slightly above the lip there. And it takes about 30 seconds or so to get through that 1 kilo. So if you're making a 5-gallon batch of beer, then to crush the grain it takes about 2.5 minutes. So it's extremely efficient. So here is the grist, the crushed grain. It's I put it on a 4 crush, which seems to work really well with me. I get great efficiency from it. Look at that. Look at all that starch waiting to be converted into lovely sugar and then alcohol. Time to mash in. And turn this lovely grain into a lovely mash. Pretty standard mashing in process. I'm at 75.4 degrees. I need to turn that down, of course, because that's my strike temperature. I mustn't forget to do that. I've done that a couple of times and mashed pretty high. Beer turned out okay, not as expected, but it was still drinkable. So just a little lower in alcohol and a little sweeter than anticipated, but beer nonetheless. Yeah, as I said, my strike is 75.4. My mash is 70 degrees. I'm mashing quite high today with this. Part of the reason for that as well is I want more body in the beer. Because I'm not using a decoction mash, I want to try and get a little bit more body in the beer, and I'm not using Bohemian Pilsner, so you know I'm using a few tricks in the book to try and get a little bit more dextrins in there, a little bit more sweetness, than what you'd get from normal Pilsner malt. So I don't know if that will work, but you know, you've got to give these things a try, right? So I started recirculating, and you can see that the temp has gone a little bit high, but I poured a little bit of RO water in the top there, cold, just to bring the temperature down. You can see it's actually working, so that's getting amalgamated into the mash and bringing it back down to where we need to be. So it's time to check the pH. The target was 5.36 and it's settled around 5.32. May go up a little bit. It's crawled up from 5.3 over the last sort of minute or two. So yeah, very happy with that. This is a little handy holder that I created out of an old, just some old copper tubing. Really, yeah, it works well for me. It doesn't look the best, but does a job. So I'm just getting my fermenter ready. Just had a quick look at the valves, and there was a little bit of residual water or cleaning fluid in the valve. So I've decided to take them apart and give them a good clean before I put the beer in. I'm using sodium percarbonate. I'm going to let them sort of soak for maybe 20 minutes or so, and then rinse them with hot water, and then we should be good. Got to disassemble them first, of course, and then reassemble them. So here's a great example why I always check my valves on all of my brewing equipment before I brew. That all needs dismantling and cleaning and then sanitizing. Here we go. That sodium percarbonate is really going to town on any nasties that might lurk in there. Time to sparge now. Pretty basic sparging method I use. Just pour the water over the grain. Try and get along the inside as much as I can, because a lot of the sugars often cling to the bag, so I will do that to start with. I release some of those nice sugars. So it's time for the hops. Pretty simple hop schedule today. We're using SARS hops only, total of 100 grams. 60-minute addition is going to be 30 grams. Oh, they smell lovely. I do like SARS hops. 30 grams, here we go. Yeah, there's a lovely earthiness, spiciness about them, and in the flavour I occasionally also get some like floral notes. They're lovely, they really are. Go well, very, very well, of course, in a premium pale Czech lager, of course. Yeah, the rest of the hop schedule is pretty simple as well. I've got another 30 grams going in at 30 minutes, and then the rest out of the bag, which is 40 grams, are going to go in a hop stand for about 20 minutes. Here we go, we're on the boil. Just keep an eye on that so we don't boil over. I think we're going to be fine. And then go the 60-minute hops. 30-minute addition going in now. 35 grams. I said 30 earlier, which I was wrong. It's 35. Are we brewing? Do you want some beer? Are we brewing? Okay, that's a boil over now. We are now chilling. I want to get down to 80 degrees before I put the hop stand hops in, which is 35 grams of SARS. There's the hop stand hops going in. We're about 80 degrees, so that's going to be 10 minutes. So we're chilling now, and I think we're going okay. Down to 45. I'll get it down to about 18, and then I'll transfer it to the fermenter. So we're transferring now. We're down to 19 degrees, something like that. The residual coolness of the fermenter will get it down to the 17 that I want. So looking quite nice, I think. Nice colour. Lovely when it's cleared up. So here's the yeast that I'm using. I'm using the Nova Lager. I'm going to ferment it at a warm temperature. I know it's not traditional really for a Czech Pale Premium Lager, but I'm going to give it a go, see what it's like. I've used this before on a couple of lagers, and it's a pretty good yeast. So in goes the yeast. 2 packs. So here's the beer put to bed. I'm using the CO2 that's produced from the fermentation to push out all of the star sand that's in this keg. It will push it into there, and then I'll end up with a clean, sanitized and oxygen-free keg to transfer the beer in when it's finished. So that's brew day over. I'm just doing the cleanup now and looking at the post brew day stats. Everything went really well. Really pleased with everything. My mash pH was 5.32. It should have been around 5.4 something, I think. So within scope, that's absolutely fine. Volumes look pretty good. Pre-boil gravity was 1043. Should have been 1044, so happy with that. OG was 1055, should have been 1054. Again, absolutely fine with that. What I did notice, however, that my fermentation volume is actually more. It's 24 litres. It should have been 21. But I'm assuming that's because of the low boil-off, given today's a really warm day. So the boil-off rate would have been less than what's programmed into my Brewfather app, I guess. My mash efficiency was 78%, so happy with that. But my brewhouse efficiency was 90%, and obviously that's to do with the less boil-off rate and getting more beer at the end of it, which is always a nice surprise. So if it ferments out as it should do, that should be around 5.6% beer. So very happy with that. A very enjoyable brew day indeed, and a successful one. Now I think it's time to make some pizzas, but before that, I think I deserve a beer. This is my latest West Coast IPA that I also reviewed on the channel, and I'm going to enjoy this before I finish cleaning up. So, thanks for tuning in, much appreciate it, and if you like what you see and hear here on Something About Beer, please subscribe, give the video a like, etc. It really does help the channel out a lot. That's much appreciated. So, until next time, cheers! If you like what we're doing here at Something About Beer, please subscribe and give the video a like. It really does help the channel out a lot. And don't forget to ring that bell so that you're alerted to new content we put out.